Hey everyone, today we're diving into something that needs to be addressed: dating single moms and what they're actually looking for in a partner. You know, there's this persistent myth that single moms are just looking for financial security or a replacement dad. But after extensive research and countless conversations, I've discovered something completely different. Today I'm going to reveal what truly matters to single moms in the dating world, and trust me, it might surprise you. Let's start by clearing up some major misconceptions that have been floating around for far too long. First off, let's address the elephant in the room. Single moms aren't searching for someone to step in as a replacement father. They already have a system in place, and their kids likely have a dad in the picture. Here's another big one. Contrary to popular belief, most single moms aren't primarily focused on finding someone to provide financial support. Many are completely self-sufficient and proud of it. What they're actually seeking is something much more valuable: genuine connection. They're looking for someone who understands their world and wants to be part of it authentically, not just someone who looks good on paper. So what are single moms really looking for in a relationship? Let me break it down for you. At the top of the list is emotional intelligence and maturity. Single moms have already dealt with their share of drama, and they need someone who can handle complex emotions and situations with grace. They're looking for someone who can read the room, understand unspoken needs, and navigate delicate family dynamics. Next up is something crucial: respect for boundaries and schedules. Her time isn't just her own anymore, and spontaneous midnight adventures aren't always possible. She needs someone who understands that sometimes a planned movie night might turn into a rain check because her kid got sick. This leads us to understanding priorities. Her children will always come first, not because she cares about you less, but because that's what responsible parenting looks like. She's looking for someone who not only accepts this, but appreciates her dedication. Finally, patience and flexibility are absolute must-haves. Dating a single mom is like joining a story that's already in progress. You need to be willing to move at her pace and adapt to changing situations. Sometimes this means having amazing deep conversations via text after the kids are asleep, or being okay with family-friendly date options. To really understand what dating a single mom means, let's compare it to being a weekend dad, because this contrast reveals why flexibility and understanding are so crucial. The difference between these two realities helps explain why single moms need partners who truly get their world. Weekend dads typically have set visitation schedules, maybe every other weekend or specific days. Everything can be planned around these known times. Their parenting time often revolves around planned activities and special occasions, like taking kids to the movies or planning weekend trips. They don't usually deal with daily challenges like homework struggles, sudden illnesses, or last-minute school projects. When they're with their kids, they can focus solely on being a parent without juggling other responsibilities. Single moms are on duty around the clock. There's no off switch or designated handover time. They're the constant in their children's lives. They're managing everything from morning routines to bedtime rituals, doctor appointments to parent-teacher conferences, every single day. They're constantly juggling multiple roles: parent, provider, household manager, and trying to maintain their own identity and relationships. Finding time to date means carefully orchestrating childcare, work schedules, and personal time. It's like solving a complex puzzle every week. Let's break down the 4 absolutely essential qualities that single moms consistently look for in a partner. These aren't just nice-to-haves, they're game changers in building a successful relationship. First up is emotional stability, which is absolutely crucial when you're entering a family dynamic. She needs someone whose mood doesn't swing like a pendulum, because her kids will pick up on that energy immediately. You've got to be that steady presence who can handle a tantrum at Target without losing your cool. When life throws curveballs, like a last-minute school project or a sick child, you need to stay level-headed and solution-focused. Drama is the last thing she needs in her life. She's looking for someone who's emotionally self-sufficient, not someone who needs constant validation or attention. Remember, her emotional energy is already split between her kids and her own needs. The second quality is adaptability, because life with kids is anything but predictable. Plans will change, sometimes at the last minute. Maybe her kid wakes up with a fever right before your planned date night. Can you smoothly pivot to bringing over soup and watching a movie after bedtime? You need to be comfortable with the fact that plan O often turns into plan B or even plan C. That fancy dinner reservation might become takeout and board games. The ability to think on your feet and find creative solutions is invaluable. It's not about the perfect plan, it's about making the best of any situation. Third on our list is independence, a quality that might seem counterintuitive, but is absolutely vital. Having your own well-established life, hobbies and friends shows that you're adding to her world, not trying to make her world your everything. She needs someone who can handle themselves, who has their own routine, and doesn't need step-by-step instructions for basic adult responsibilities. Understanding and respecting that sometimes she needs space isn't just important, it's essential. This might mean entertaining yourself when she needs a quiet evening with her kids. Finally, authentic interest, because you can't fake this one, and she'll know if you try. This means genuinely wanting to understand and be part of her world, not just tolerating it. You should be naturally curious about her experiences and challenges. Being natural with kids doesn't mean being perfect, it means being genuine. Kids can spot fakeness a mile away. You need to think long term. If you're just looking for a casual fling, this isn't the right situation. She needs someone who understands that building a relationship with a single mom is a gradual, meaningful process. To truly connect with a single mom, you need to understand the fundamental aspects of her daily reality. When a single mom gives you her time, understand that she's giving you something incredibly valuable. She's probably sacrificing sleep, personal time, or turning down other commitments to be with you. That's why every moment needs to count, and why being late or canceling last minute isn't just inconvenient, it's disrespectful to her careful planning. Her friends, family, and support network aren't just nice to have, they're essential to her survival as a single parent. These are the people who help her juggle everything, who watch her kids in emergencies, who give her emotional support when things get tough. Never try to come between her and these relationships. This isn't just a saying, it's her reality. Every decision she makes, from where she lives to what job she takes, is filtered through the lens of, how does this affect my kids? If you can't respect and support this priority system, you're not ready for this relationship. Yes, she's a mom, and it's a huge part of who she is. But she's also a woman with dreams, interests, and desires of her own. She needs someone who sees all of her, not just her role as a mother. Take time to discover who she is beyond her parenting role. Now let's talk about what might be the most crucial element in dating a single mom: building trust. This isn't your typical dating scenario where trust develops naturally over shared experiences. When it comes to consistency, we're talking about something deeper than just showing up on time. Every promise you make, no matter how small, needs to be kept. If you say you'll call at 8, call at 8. If you commit to helping with something, follow through. She's likely dealt with unreliable people before, and she's watching to see if your actions match your words. Her protective instincts aren't just mom paranoia, they're finely tuned survival skills developed through experience. Don't take it personally if she's cautious about introducing you to her kids or sharing certain aspects of her life. This isn't about you, it's about protecting what matters most to her. Transparent communication means being upfront about everything: your intentions, your limitations, your schedule conflicts. No ghosting, no mind games, no "I'll let you know later." She needs to be able to plan her life, and that requires clear, honest communication from you. When it comes to meeting and interacting with her kids, follow her lead completely. Some single moms might want to wait 6 months before introductions. Others might be comfortable with casual interactions sooner. There's no right timeline, there's only her timeline, and respecting it is non-negotiable. Let's talk about some common mistakes that can derail even the most promising relationships with single moms. One of the biggest mistakes is trying to rush things. Look, I get it. When you're excited about someone, you want to fast forward to the good stuff. But with a single mom, rushing can be relationship suicide. She needs to see how you handle different situations, how you react to stress, and most importantly, how reliable you are over time. This isn't about playing games. It's about respecting the fact that she's not just making decisions for herself. Next up is the knight in shining armor syndrome. She doesn't need you to sweep in and try to fix her life or solve all her problems. Chances are she's already got systems in place that work for her and her kids. Instead of trying to fix things, ask how you can support what's already working. Here's a big one: getting caught up in competition with her ex. Whether they're on good terms or not, that's her children's father. Don't badmouth him, don't try to outdo him, and definitely don't try to replace him. Your role is unique and separate. Embrace that. Making assumptions about what she needs or wants is another major pitfall. Just because she's a single mom doesn't mean she needs financial help, childcare assistance, or parenting advice. The best approach? Ask her directly what she needs and listen to what she actually says, not what you think she should need. Finally, overstepping parenting boundaries is a fast track to relationship problems. No matter how well-intentioned, giving unsolicited parenting advice or trying to discipline her kids is off limits unless she specifically asks for your input. Remember, you're dating her, you're not automatically becoming a co-parent. If there's one thing you take away from this entire video, let it be this golden rule: your presence in a single mom's life should make it better, not more complicated. Think about this. She's already juggling so many responsibilities and roles. She's not looking for another project or problem to solve. What makes you relationship worthy isn't your money, looks, or status. It's your ability to add value and joy to her life without adding stress. If you're making her world more difficult to navigate, you're doing it wrong. This might sound simple, but it's profound in its implications. Every action you take, every decision you make in the relationship should be filtered through this lens. Am I making her life better or more complicated? So you've made it this far and you're thinking about pursuing a relationship with a single mom. Here's how to move forward thoughtfully and successfully. First things first. Take a hard, honest look at yourself and your readiness for this kind of relationship. Are you truly okay with not being the top priority? Can you handle last-minute cancellations without taking it personally? Are you emotionally mature enough to navigate complex family dynamics? This isn't about being perfect, it's about being honest with yourself and her. Once you've determined you're ready, be crystal clear about your intentions. No wishy-washy, let's see where this goes, if you're serious. Single moms appreciate straightforward communication. Tell her what you're looking for, what you can offer, and what your boundaries are. This sets the foundation for honest dialogue. Remember what we discussed about trust. Here's where you put it into practice. Start slow but be consistent. Regular text check-ins, keeping your promises, and showing up reliably are more important than grand gestures. Build a pattern of dependability that she can count on. Understand that this journey won't look like your previous dating experiences. There will be unique challenges and rewards. You might have date nights that include kid-friendly activities. You might have deep conversations via text after the kids are asleep. Embrace these differences. They're part of what makes this relationship special. Before you start thinking about long-term commitment, focus on building a genuine connection with her. Get to know her as a person, not just as a mom. Share your worlds gradually. Show interest in her passions, her goals, and her challenges. This investment in understanding her will pay dividends in building a strong, lasting relationship.